Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Melissa and I talk about true crime. So today I am back with a new case. Today we're going to be talking about Hollywood's horrifying murders. In today's case, every case for me it's really hard, but this one is one that I talked about when I started YouTube, but I deleted my videos and I restarted them. um, so I've talked about this person before, but basically we're just gonna start all over again. And this one is the case of Selena Quintanilla, and hopefully everybody that's watches this video know who I'm talking about. She is. I remember my mom saying that I grew up listening to her when I was so young. We went to go see the movie. I cried. I've seen the Netflix series, which I was in tears, literally crying. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it because I got to learn more about her family and how every song came out, how every song got created. So I really, if you have not watched it, I really do recommend it. It is amazing. They did a good job, and like I said, I liked it because you got to learn more about the family and how they came, how every song that her brother wrote, how it came about, how did it come to life. And that's one thing that I think I loved the most. I cried, I'm telling you, I cried at the end. It was i was crying like a baby. So let's go ahead and get started. And yeah, 25 years after she was murdered at just 23 years old, the life and death of Tejano superstar Selena Quintanilla Perez continued to loom large in the culture imagination. It is not just Selena's unforgettable music that lives on beyond her thought of tribute albums and concerts. It is her sensational sense of style, commemorated and limited edition merchandise with her ubiquitous image reproduced everywhere from t-shirts to comics to the face of Barbie dolls. So too does Selena live on as an icon of mythicalism, inspiring fans through her deleting as a woman who standards both Mexican and American culture. With the next release, Selena the Series, a bucket series produced by a member of Selena's family, interest in how the late singer lived and died. I spike once more the true story behind her death and a migrating tragedy with the Italian young star cut down in her prime. In the months before her death, Selena was at the height of her career, laying the groundwork for her long awaited crossover into the mainstream English market. With 4 studio albums and a Grammy for Best Mexican American Album under her belt, she was in the process of recording her first English language album, Dreaming of You, which would go on after her death to set records for release date album sales. She was also looking to expand Selena Boutique, her growing client chain of Texas-based boutiques with an in-house salon, where her signature line of clothing and jewelry were sold. The two existing Selena locations based on Corpus Christi and San Antonio were managed by 32-year-old Yolanda Saldiva, the president of Selena's fan club, and trust of confidence to Selena. It was with the Saldiva's appointments and manager the boutiques that it all began to unravel. According to Joe Nikki Prosky, the biographer who wrote Selena como la Flor, Saldiva sued the competitor American Express, giving her by Selena to rent Lincoln Town cars, entertain businesses associates as an upscale restaurant, and purchase 2 cell phones for personal use. Staff member in the boutique felt that Saldiva was nice when Selena dropped in, but cruel when she was away. Martin Gomez, a designer hired to produce Selena's fashion line, said, "I told Selena I was scared of Yolanda. She wouldn't let me talk to Selena anymore. She was very possessive, as disconnected as scaled. Employees report to Selena that Saldiva was two-faced and unstable, but Selena took no action. Then complained to her father and business manager Abraham Quintanilla Jr., who warned his daughter that Saldiva could be dangerous." And I'm gonna pause here. Um, this is the type of person that she was. She saw the good in everybody, and the fact, and that's what I like about the series too, that there were so many people. Give me 1 second, guys. Do not sit like that. There were so many people who were telling her she's bad. I mean, the designer that was helping her, he came back and he was doing I think it was like a dress, or I don't remember what it was, and Yolanda had ripped it apart. Like he was working on the dress for like I want to say months, or yeah, I think it was months, and she came and ripped it and acted like not like she didn't do anything. And people knew, but Selena was just a good person, and she saw the good in everybody. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people fans saw. She was just so amazing. And there was one of the series where she's at, I think it was like a bar or something, and she was ever performing, and fans kind of one fan tried to grab her, and her dad is like, no, we need to get you security, like, and she's like, no, I don't want security, I want to be able to talk to my fans, I want to be able to touch my fans. And that just shows you how much of a good person she was. In early March of 1995, Selena and her family were informed by boutique employees that Saldiva was embezzling funds from the business, and that she had successfully stolen over $60,000. In heat confrontation with Selena and her father and her sisters, instead, Quintanilla Saldiva denied any wrongdoing, arguing that she was in possession of documents that would have exonerated her through she failed to proceed them. And that's one question that I have. If you supposedly have the documents that you were not doing anything wrong, you should have just given it to her and prove everybody wrong, and be, if that's how much you love Selena. But obviously you didn't have the documents because you were stealing. So that don't make no sense. Um, Wrongdoing, arguing that she was in possession of documents that would extort her through the fail to pursue them. Quintanilla Jr. forbade Saldiva from speaking to Selena, though Selena insisted on keeping Saldiva close as she was the keeper of the singer's sensitive financial records. On March 25th of 1995, Selena told her sister she was planning to fire Saldiva soon. On March 30th of 1995, Saldiva phoned Selena to inform her that she was staying at the Days Inn motel near Corpus Christi International Airport. She encouraged Selena to visit her to collect the promised documents and to come alone. Saldiva arrived instead with her husband Chris Bettis, and Saldiva failed to produce these documents. The following morning, Selena returned to Days Inn motel alone when she pursued to Saldiva for the documents, in heat argument overheard by guests in neighboring rooms at 11:48 p.m. Salvador perceived a .38 caliber handgun firing into Selena's right shoulder. When the singer turned to flee, critically wounded, a bleeding and crying Selena ran to the hotel lobby, screaming, "Somebody help me!" Saldiva followed in hot pursuit, screaming, "Bitch!" Selena collapsed in the lobby, where before she lost conscience, she managed to name her assailant. When police arrived at the scene, they found Saldiva locked in her pink up truck with the handgun pointed at her temple, crying, "I can't believe I killed my best friend." She kept police at bay for nearly 10 hours, the rainy standoff before she was arrested. Meanwhile, Selena was rushed to the Memorial Medical Center, where the doctors found her clinching brain dead upon arrival. Owing to the severing of her subclavian artery, after nearly an hour of failed attempts to revive her, Selena was pronounced dead. So this is not mentioned, but I want to mention it. The only reason, so they said that she did 10 hours, that she was in her truck for 10 hours. I don't know if it's true because I've seen it in other sources, but the reason that she finally got out of the truck is because she kept asking them, "Is Selena alive? Is she alive?" And so the detective that was talking to her told her, "Yes, Selena's alive. You did not kill her. She's alive. She's good. She's in the hospital. She's, they saved her life." That is the reason why she got out. Just because they confirmed that she, even though we already know she wasn't, but to take her out to make sure she didn't hurt herself or killed herself, they did tell her that Selena was alive. Saldiva pleaded not guilty to the crime, claiming the shooting was accidental, but jury convicted her for first-degree murder. She received the minimum sentence of life in prison with no potential for parole until March of 2025 at the Mountain View Unit in Gadsville, Texas. She spends 23 hours a day solitary in her 9 feet by 6 feet cell, where she held in order to protect her from death threats levied by incarcerated Selena's fans. Selena murder sends shockwaves through the Tejano community, devastating her legends of fans in the United States and Mexico alike. All major USA television networks interrupted their programming to broadcast the breaking news. While Texas newspapers sold out record numbers, Maria Aguilera, a television anchor who was then a receptionist at a KQQK, a popular Tejano radio station in Houston, described how the switchboard was flooded with calls in the wake of Selena's death, with fans in disbelief the answer that the news was true. It's almost like the feeling when John Lennon died, Aguilera said. She was the queen of Tejano. As public viewing of Selena's casket has many as 50,000 mourners, coverage on Corpus Christi's Bayfront Plaza Convention Center traveling from as far as California and Mexico to wrap the casket with dots of white roses. On April 12 of 1995, George W. Bush, the government of Texas, declared Selena's birthday, April 16, as Selena Day. In the state of Texas, Selena Day remains an informal holiday celebrated by fans, though a bill has been introduced into the Texas legislation to convert it into a formal state holiday. Oh, they need to hurry up and make it a holiday, because she needs, yeah. 25 years later, the Quintanilla family continues to speak Selena's legacy alive. Susé Quintanilla managed Q Productions, the entertainment company and studio where Selena once recorded music. In 2012, Perez has since remarried and joined other bands. Releases minor about his love story with his late wife, titled To Selena with Love. Abraham Quintanilla Jr. and Selena's mother, Marisela Quintanilla, founded the Selena Foundation, which aids children in need and partners with local non-profit to host events honoring Selena like Fiesta del Flor. Jose Quintanilla and Abraham Quintanilla Jr. are listed as exclusive producers in Selena the series with Netflix, stating that the family is fully involved in this series. When Selena passed away, I told my family that I was going to keep her in her memory, alive through her music, said Quintanilla Jr. in March 2020. 25 years later, I think we as a family accomplished that. And that is the sad, heartbreaking story of a legend, of an amazing person. I would have loved to meet her, but I've seen fans that have met her that just say she was one of the most amazing persons ever. Just her smile, her spirit, it was just, oh my God, like this was, I remember when I heard it that she had passed away, I was so young, but it hurt me so bad because we lost her too soon. If she would have been alive today, I'm telling you, she would have been amazing. I'm sorry to Cardi B, Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, all of them. I'm sorry, but Selena would have done more than anything, more than she could possibly do. She probably would have her own TV show. She would have been in movies. She would have had won more Grammys and music. She would have done everything. Like everything. Don't get me wrong, I love these singers that I mentioned, but I think Selena would have been on top of the world if she was still alive today. And I'm not gonna take that back. So yeah, I will be here soon in the next video. I'll see ya.